Dillian, you know, rebelling against his family name by playing the main deck Grafdigger's Cage.
I know, Iona. He must not know how Iona enters the battlefield. You don't actually cast it. So anyway, yeah, 2 main deck cages. Now,
Double main deck cage. Like maybe one main deck cage, but like 2.
One.
Like, imagine if you
had
ever
a
drew
trinket
both.
mage. If you had a trinket mage with 1, I'd be like, okay. But no, 2 means I like this card. 2 means I want to draw it.
Yeah,
1 means I might not draw it.
You know, when you see a card like Grafdigger's Cage, there are a whole bunch of people who are like, man, this makes some X graveyard deck like, lose so hard. And then there's a whole nother group of people who are so upset that their Panglacial Worms aren't going to be.
Yeah. Interesting. Started the Pascal the Pascal Caleb discussion. Starting a discussion on Twitter. Feel free to sound in on it. We have got a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah. All right, so we have a die roll. Soon we'll know who's in the play. We'll see if Dillian has access to his main deck Grafdigger's Cage.
If he plays it, I want to see him play it on the first turn, and then just kind of watch the expression on the other side of the table.
That would be so funny. Like if you're Bill,
what is
do you
this?
call a judge? I think if I'm playing Freets in game 1, my opponent just goes like cage go. I think I call a judge.
I just want to make sure that is this happening? Is this real? Memnite? Cage. And there it is. All right. Dylan's on the play. Yep. All right. Boy, that's pretty good here, huh?
Yeah. Hey.
Now, Bill has no main deck answers to Grafdigger's Cage.
No, he does not.
And remember, Flayer of the Hatebound won't undie also. It is just a 4/2 for 6 now. Some rough beats.
Some really rough beats. Post board, Will Stack can very easily beat a cage.
Sure. Probably not
bombs, grudges.
Game 1. Well, there we go. He's going to have to cast his things fairly. Memnite swings in for 1, puts Bill down to 19. Then a Razorverge Thicket out of Dillian. Plays second cage.
Oh, wow. So Dillian mulligan to 5, basically, though. And his hand doesn't do anything because he has the Grafdigger's Cages.
At this point, if Asbel was like, well, 1, I understand it. And I thought the second one, probably an eyebrow raise of, what's going on here? What is this? So, Bill, I love Freet's opening hands, where it's like, okay, Blackleaf Cliffs into Razorverge Thicket into Birds.
Yeah.
All right. I remember I played against Levy at the Pro Tour. I hadn't heard about this deck before. And it was turn 1, Thicket, Avison's Pilgrim. I was like, okay, swing green-white deck. Turn 2, Dark Slick Shore. I was like, wait, hold on. What's happening here? So Dillian casts Glinthawk. He swings Memnite, casts Glinthawk, bounces Memnite, replays. Passes the turn. Shimmering Grotto out of Bill now. And he's going to tap 3 for Lingering Souls.
Yep.
And Bill, the thing is, the cool part about Freets is it can still play as a pretty fair, it's like a bad ramp deck. When you take away its reanimation spell, it plays like a very mediocre ramp deck. But sometimes, that's fine. When your opponent has a start with, 2 Grafdigger's Cages, even a bad ramp deck's okay. Gavoni Township, so Dillian down to 1 card.
Gavoni Township, pretty good
Mox
here.
Opal, Gavoni Township, so we'll have a Township activation right now.
Yeah, so Will can double block.
I think you double block
Memnite, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best play.
And he's going
Force
to do that.
him to pump.
Well, the thing is this is one of your last 2. Remember, every time the Gavoni Township activates, it's 2 counters. So by killing one guy while he still can, he's essentially preventing, 2 plus 3 plus 4. He's putting like 9 damage down the road by by just trading at all costs right now, which is great. And Bill with a 4th land. It comes into play tapped. It's a Copperline Gorge. He's going to play more Lingering Souls. Remember, these can't flash back. They're 1 time only. At this point, he may let the Glinthawk get in once. If the Souls are going to be running the chump blocks, he's going to want them to run the chump block once. Like, you'd rather chump block, the 5/5 Glinthawk than the 3/3 Glinthawk. So you might take it now. Okay, he's going to start chumping now, though, which is fine.
That's kind of reasonable. I mean, in a lot of ways, that encourages your opponent not to use the township, and then you might be able to like get
Etched Champion out of Dillian. And it is metal crafted. Will almost certainly stay metal. It will stay metal crafted. Bill can't get rid of the cages or the opal, so that'll have pro all colors for the rest of the game.
It's gonna be pretty bad for Will here.
Yeah, it's right now. I mean, Bill needs to get up to Elish Norn really quickly. I think that would really help him. Huntmaster of the Fells would be okay. 6 mana, Inferno Titan. All right, which is awesome. He gets the Glinthawk just in time. He couldn't get it next turn. You know, he may. I actually think Bill's in a pretty good situation here.
Yeah, now Bill's winning the race. Kind of not Dispatch will change that. Kind of crazy. You're playing a Reanimator deck and your opponent goes turn 1 cage.
Turn 2 cage. Both.
Yeah.
Swings 3. Bill goes to 12. So it's going to be 4, 5, 6. Bill is 3 swings from dead. And actually, it doesn't have to be 4, 5, 6. 4, 4, 4 is the same clock. So Dylan only has to, or even 3, 4, 5. So Dylan like only has to activate once more, and then he can be free to play more spells. It won't change the clock. Bill is going to cast Mulch. Just find some lands. I think, presumably, he has something like an Elish Norn land. Flare. Birds. It's okay, right? So, Divination, kind of. Bad Divination, but you kind of hit some bad cards for 2.
That's still completely reasonable.
It's fine.
I imagine
The thing is, the strength of those cards in this deck, like, they typically hit 1 card on average. So when you can't flash them back and don't care about your graveyard, they just in general become incredibly weak cards. So Dylan swings again, this time for 4. Putting Bill to 8, passes the turn right back. Will we see Elish Norn out of Bill? 1, 2. Yes, we will.
Yeah. Here comes
And we will
legend.
see Elish Norn. The Grand Cenobite. And that'll decrease the clock. Swings 3 of the Lingering Souls, puts Dylan down to 15. So Dylan's champion, just a 2/2 now a 3/3.
Yep.
So 3, 4, 5. Elish Norn bought him 1 additional turn, but also bought him, a flying army of doom.
Yeah.
So I think Bill ahead on the race.
He gets in here for 5.
Yep, because
9. Yep.
Yep.
Coming in for
Because
9.
The champion currently a 5/5, even with a pump.
Still in down to 6.
The champion with 3 counters. Yeah, knocked him down to 6. More flyers for good more dudes for good measure. Say
And
go. And
this is it.
Is Bill going to defeat the dreaded turn 1, turn 2 cage opening?
It looks like he may.
It's pretty sweet.
That is really sweet.
Dylan sitting here. Does he have a play? The Gavoni Township will not be enough.
Yeah. Oh man, well done, Bill.
Well, if Dylan can, he can't play blockers really. They all just die. Yeah. We're in a post Elish Norn board.
Post Elish Norn world.
But yeah. Let's see. I'm looking at his list of cards he could have. They look like they all are dead on arrival. He could play Tempered Steel, then play some Glinthawks and stuff. If he has a
Tempered Steel just wins the game, right?
Tempered Steel just wins. If he has that, he just wins.
So if he had Tempered Steel,
he needs
we would know.
Dispatch would win too.
Dispatch would also win. But yeah, if he had either of those, he would have.
I don't see any live draws on his list. I think Bill's got it. I'm gonna say go. Which is in good play. The swing back from the champion will be lethal next turn because he can double. It's a 3/3 right now. Township untap Township swing.
Yeah, Bill's got to just
1, 2, 3, 4. Bill has exactly
send.
6. Send everything. Is that good enough?
That's it.
And that's good enough. Bill takes the first game, defeats the double Grafdigger cage opening, game 1. Reanimator doesn't care.
Think about how crazy that is. Like you have this. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. My mind is like really blown right now.
That's so fun. All right. So out of the board.
He was on the draw too.
He was on the draw. Well, I mean, yeah.
But
the
big problem
the
is
turn Grafdigger's cage on the play. I mean.
Well, the turn 1 Grafdigger's cage in general, like, the big problem is like there you really saw like the problem with playing cards like that is you
They
just
don't
have these
do
cards here
anything.
that don't do anything.
Well, there's the second cage. That was the that's a mulligan. I mean,
And the first one did a lot.
The
Don't
first
get
one
me
did a
wrong.
lot.
The first one
The
did
first
a
one was
lot,
great.
a lot. Yeah. Like there would have been a lot more lingering things
and
lingering
flashback,
around that board
flashback
and-
of the faithless. No, the first one did a ton. So okay, what do they have? 2 hero blade hold, maybe. Shrine of Loyal Legion is certain. I don't think it comes in here at all.
I don't think it comes in here.
I think Ratchet Bomb. If Dylan's played this matchup, I think Ratchet Bomb comes in.
I think you're right.
Because the trick to the Freets deck is that you want to set the Ratchet Bomb on 1 and just go and then like just massacre some mana creatures. I think that's probably that you can't actually.
It also
raise
like
them.
lets you like Alpha Strike. You can use it as a falter to get through Lingering Souls tokens.
Right.
It has a lot of different modes in this matchup. If you can ever kill more than one mana guy with it, it's backbreaking. I like Ratchet Bomb against Freets.
Yeah.
I think Bill also wants to bring in his Ratchet Bombs. Ratchet Bomb, pretty good against Tempered Steel.
Yeah.
In general,
I think
good against the cages.
The Ratchet Bomb, he has 2 Ancient Grudge. I mean, obviously.
Those will come
He'll
in.
probably bring those in. What do you think of?
One can expect.
He has 3 Grim Lavamancer. I actually like that card here.
Yeah, that card's really good here.
Yeah. So, if he brings in Ratchet Bomb, Grim Lavamancer, and Grudge, he probably starts siding out things like Mulch. At this point, he can become, or Trackers, like, he can just become more of a classic deck.
I think those cards have pretty good synergy with the Lavamancer.
Yeah, okay, maybe those are good with Lavamancer. I'm trying to think.
Flare.
Flare, you don't need that. Yeah, I think Flare's pretty weak here. As far as if I'm comparing like drawing a Flare in this matchup to drawing an Inferno Titan is pretty. The Flare looks really bad sitting side by side. Flare's good because it has Undying, so it's good against control decks. If you're moving away from Wormcoil Engine in your main, you still want something that is hard to deal with. Flare's probably better at that, but.
Flare quite good against these Delver decks. I think when you're playing this deck, you kind of just kill them with it.
Outside of being a 6-mana sorcery, I think it's good against Delver. There's that 6-mana sorcery that doesn't impact the board right away problem that I actually.
It's pretty bad.
That's actually a pretty bad.
Yeah. That's a painful one. I'm actually surprised it's not just like 4 Inferno Titan, 1 Flare.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Inferno Titan's so good.
Oh, it's good. Yes, Inferno Titan is really good. Now, if you unburial rights a Flare, to be fair, it does 4 the first turn, correct? Does it see itself come into play and deal 4 if you unburial rights it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's pretty neat. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Inferno of Titan, when you unburial rights it does 3 divided, which is probably better than 4.
Yeah.
Unless they are playing a Hero Blade Hold. That's the only situation I can think of where I'd rather have 4. Or if my opponent's at 4.
The other thing about the Flare is that it obviously just makes your chain unbeatable.
That's true.
As opposed to any other thing, your chain is still beatable.
I did when I ran Freets at Grand Prix Baltimore. And sometimes I had the problem that I was playing against decks, and I played especially against Planeswalker Control, where I was actually reanimating something every turn, but I wasn't winning.
If you had Flare, you would have been.
Right, and I think that, yeah, and the problem was you're going to Elspeth Tyrell, make some more blockers. It's I had 2 Worm Coils, and, in play, and, yeah, Dylan's going to 6 cards. And I have 2 Worm Coils in play, and he's swinging, and somehow I still wasn't winning. I cast an Elesh Norn, all his stuff would die, I need Tragic Slip it, and then he'd make some more blockers. This is my game plan, and it's not winning. This is awful. And I feel like if I had Flare, that you're right, it wins those games.
So Bill Lee's here. Interesting Freets list.
I am really. This is a really cool take on it. I know that since the French team played it at Hawaii, there's been a decent amount of innovation on it. This is newer though. I really like what he's done with it. I like how Freets has now incorporated Huntmaster. Red Green Ramp has incorporated Huntmaster. And especially for people who are playing block, Huntmaster is quite a card.
It is a card.
Hey. All right, Dylan on the play. Memnite, Opal, Vault Scourge, no lands.
No lands. Now,
And he has a
imagine if-
dispatch in hand.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Imagine Bill has a Ratchet Bomb.
Ratchet Bomb Cracket. Ooh. Birds of Paradise.
Bird. Go.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if Bill has a Ratchet Bomb, this is over.
Yes.
I will kill 2 of your guys and Stone Rain you. Grafdigger's Cage.
Oh man, he top decked the cage too.
All right. So now the question is, can Bill just, if his deck can just do its thing, he should be able to win. Dylan starts not really fast enough to pose too much of a threat. Trackers.
Oh, I almost thought.
We were hoping for Ratchet Bomb. Huntmaster of the Fells actually is probably good enough here.
Yeah.
As long as he can, if he can cast it next turn, I believe Huntmaster will also win this game. If he can just make 2 more land drops, make a Huntmaster. Blackleaf Cliffs to join his Copperline Gorge, pass the turn. I mean, that's actually not true. Dylan does have a dispatch, so okay.
That's true.
I should temper my comment there. Bill
Yeah.
goes to 14, Dylan back up to 19 off the Vault Scourge. Or he should be, no, he's at 20 now, isn't he?
But I mean, the 2/2's surprisingly big that the Huntmaster leaves behind here.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and
it
he's
blocks
also going to
Mem
gain
Knights.
2. So,
Card's exceedingly strong against
Yeah, and then-
Dylan's Zero Lander. Or his last name's like,
it's also kind of scary for Dylan because if Bill ever draws a Ratchet Bomb, the game just ends on the spot.
yes. Or even like an Ancient Grudge is pretty close to the game ending.
And you chart Opal.
Yeah. You probably don't get cute and go with the other artifacts. You probably don't try to turn off the Opal. You just blow up the Opal. It's his only land. 2 mana. He's not going to go for... Okay, so he's not going to go for Huntmaster. He's going to grudge the Opal. Okay, this is better.
Yes.
And so doesn't have a mana bird. So Dylan with no real plays. That's interesting. If Bill was just gonna make that play, I feel like Bill should have played his Copperline Gorge this turn, as opposed to his untapped land. Plains. Yeah. Okay, Plains and swing. Putting
Good draw step for Dylan.
He needed one.
Yep.
Bill drops to 11. Dylan up to 21. Sorry, the still says 18. I believe he's at 21. The Vault Scourge is still gaining life.
Mm-hmm.
Land and play. All right, so now I think we need to go for Huntmaster. It's not going to work. Avacyn's Pilgrim, joined by Huntmaster of the Fells. That's going to get a dispatch, but Bill goes to 13, gets another blocker in play. I think Bill in the driver's seat again.
Mm-hmm.
Tempered Steel. So what has happened to Tempered Steel? We saw Channel Firewall playing it at Worlds, and I think, I'll be honest, I know like it was supposedly the breakout deck of Worlds. I didn't think it was very good at Worlds.
I didn't think it was very good either. I don't know. I don't think it's a very good deck. I think it's inconsistent. I think, and here we watch again. Dylan just has these cages that don't affect his clock.
I mean, yeah, nothing in
And-
Channel Fireball. Like, I know they made 4 of them made top 8 with the deck. As I recall, like, I think they all had superb draft records, and I think that's one of the things that is overlooked about those results. Is like, I think most of them went 6-0 and 5-1 in their drafts.
And that happens a lot at Worlds. So a deck like the Naya deck that won the year before that, it went 2-4 in the standard portion of Worlds, and then he did really well in extended
top 8.
and draft, and then in the top 8 he happened to win all 3 matches.
Yeah.
So
So it's like, I mean, so that's an end record of 5-4.
yeah,
Yeah, there's the Naya
decent.
Naya
Yeah.
lightsaber deck, but that's not. I mean, that's the cool part about the multi-format event. But I remember not being overly impressed by Tempered Steel. It's very explosive. It also is pretty fragile. So Bill building up mana-wise towards something. Lingering Souls coming out. Oh, right, he can't grudge. He couldn't flash back the grudge. That was why, because there's a Grafdigger's Cage out. I'd forgotten that. My apologies.
I'm actually surprised he didn't just aim it at the cage first and then at the.
Well, did he know about, was the second cage there yet? There was a second cage, you almost want to say, oh, well, okay. This is Shatter. Plays land and Glinthawk Idol. So Dillian's board now, Memnite, Vault Scourge, Idol, 2 cages. Has Bill at 12, but really remember, it's only a matter of time until Bill casts. He now has Elesh Norn mana. Once Elesh Norn hits, that's... Nope, here we go. I think it's Elesh Norn. Dillian bins everything, and this is trivial now. Okay, swinging 10 by Bill puts Dillian to 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. The Reanimator deck is nothing more than a glorified ramp deck in this match.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's
too many cages. And that's
just
match.
ramping up.
Bill Lees
That's the
defeats
match.
Dylan Ioanis 2-0, moves into the 4-0 bracket.
Yeah. Both games, we saw multiple Graph Diggers cages on the other side of the table.
Right.
The
The second
Reanimator
one-
deck just decided to hardcast an Elesh Norn and the game ended.
Second one actually